Yo. All right, time to get started. So today, what I'm going to work on is I had two little cleanup items I wanted to work on before I just start massively defining levels and filling out all of the different like puzzle entities I wanted to work on. So I'll show an example of some of those entities. So like right now, I just have mirrors and these like laser emitters. Whoops. I just closed it. Yep. Start that over. So I've got these laser emitters. You can see here what's selected. I have, takes a little longer than I'd like. I have mirrors. And that's all I've got to build levels with. So it's a little bit limited, and I want to build a lot of levels. So I want to be able to have more things to build levels with. So right now it just cycles back to the beginning. So I've gone ahead before I even started this project, and I modeled up a few different things. So I have like, let me open up the Vox version. So I've got like this cross bridge. I've got a regular bridge. I've got a color filter, which will allow the lasers to change colors, which is also something I'm not doing yet. I've got a dog, which you definitely don't want to hit with the laser. Fence, which I am not ending up using. And a bunch of other things. Bidirectional mirrors, so I can hit it from both sides, and so on. So I want to, over the next few weeks, just implement all of these things and define as many levels as I can. So before I do that, I had two little cleanup items I wanted to do. One is, when I'm looking at my game right now, the world center, it's a little bit off. It's kind of goofy. It's like, I don't know if you can see it here, but let me change the levels to a different level size. So basically the world center, I was always intending like the world would be defined based on just this center point. And I think instead I want everything to be around defined around that point, so that I can even have some elements way out here, which will allow me to like do some, just make my levels bigger and do some unique things with the environment, like having the laser pass through, maybe some of the stuff in the background. Before I do that, I had a couple of like cleanup tasks I wanted to do. So the first was that level center. And then once I make the levels bigger, I also want to be able to add some panning for the camera, so I can like, move the camera around. So that's what I'm doing today. It's maybe not the most exciting stream, but should at least let me set up this stuff that I need to do the other things I want to be able to do. All right, so let's see. The first thing I want to do is that world center. I need to think about this for a little bit, because I've got a lot of things that are like defining how the world is centered. First off, there's the camera. Like the camera tries to position itself such that it is in the center of the level. That's not really going to be very useful here. So I think, let's see, where's the camera system? Level default size. See, I don't think level size is something I should even worry about anymore. So I think what I'm going to do first is just strip the whole concept of a level size. So there is no level size. And this is probably going to break a lot of different things, but let me see what I can do with this first. How's this used? Level size changed. Yeah, all of this. Don't need it. Don't need that. What is this used for? Default tile floor position. So what happens when you look at code you wrote weeks ago. Just have no idea what it's for anymore. Okay. What? Draw floor and tiles. Should just be drawing. Wait a sec, what's this drawing here? If I turn it off, I should be able to see pretty easily. Pretty sure it's just the tiles in the middle. I have a bunch of other things I need to deal with. Fences, I'm not using fences. I don't like those, so I'm gonna delete that. Draw light sources. I'm not using level size, so basically the level size offset isn't even a thing. I can probably just remove that. So that was used to add another vector, so I can strip all that off. Level size offset, delete, delete, delete. And draw grid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to update this to draw the entire grid. Size doesn't matter. This can probably go away. Create tiles, fine. What's the point of this? Update camera, that's fine. Camera 3D, is that used? Could be. Okay, so it's not drawing any tiles now. That's expected. Because I just commented out all of the draw tile stuff. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to redraw the tiles now that I don't have the level necessarily starting at a specific location. So where did tile start and tile end come from before? So if I look at render system, I think I was doing it level size plus num tile border. That's right. So I think I'm just going to say a level can be like 20 by 20, and that's it. Let me see if that, so if I have that start at maybe negative 16 to 16, so it'll be, I could do 8, 8, just like power 2 numbers. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's not drawing anything. Why not? Oh, tile start. Oh, tile border. Hold on a sec. Tile start is going to be negative 8. It's going to be less than 8. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that filled it in. So now I should be looking at the center of the world. I need to draw. Where's the draw grid? Need to allow for that. And let me just draw it at, I'm just going to do 1, 1 per sec. So I have an axis. Okay, cool. So I'm looking at the levels, the world center. So now what I want to do is I want to design all of my levels kind of about this axis instead of what I was doing previously. Oh, I did kind of lose the ability to zoom on my camera system. So let me see what I did there. Animate FOV change. Zoom factor. Oh, I want to keep that. So let me go back to the camera system. Ooh. Just do that always. Okay, I can zoom. Okay, so now we've got 8 to the left, 8 to the right. That should be good. I can give it a little bit bigger even. I was doing 10 and 10 before. There's the render system. So let me define this somewhere. World size. I feel like I should probably define that in level. I'll probably do, so I've got it at 16 right now. Let me see what happens if I just do 32. So if I go into my render system where I draw tiles and floor, tile start is just going to be equal to the negative level world size divided by 2. And it goes until level world size divided by 2, level world size divided by 2. Much bigger now. Gives me plenty of room to throw things up into. But now I need to redefine my levels a bit better. So this is now not very well centered. So I'm going to go to my level registry. First off, I think I achieved, oh, didn't want to do that. I think I achieved what I wanted to with recentering the world here. So I want to show a grid over everything just to help me orient my level design. So let me fix the grid. I'm gonna commit this for a sec. Now that I've got that as the center, let me update how I draw my grid. So let me go to draw grid. And I'm gonna draw the grid from the negative. Ooh, wait, how does this even work? It's going to need some kind of offset. Oh, I probably should do this differently. okay. What I want to be able to do is say, I go where draw grid is used here. I want to be able to say draw from the negative. No, it's going to be level world size and level world size. But I kind of want to set the grid start and grid end. So I think the way I want to do it, because the way the grid isn't, it's not like starting from 0, 0 and like growing outward. It's starting 0, 0 is the center of the world, and it's going to go negative in the X and Z direction, and then positive in the X and Z direction by half of the level world size. So I think I want something like this. I want to define the start position as negative level world size half, negative level world size half, and then I want the end position to be level world size half and level world size half. So let me update this draw grid function to change its signature here, draw grid. And I'm going to take, rather than just a size, I'm going to take a vec2i start position and a vec2i end position. And now we'll update this function to take that instead. I will deal with this in a sec. Draw axis. Nope, the axis is just going to be in the center. Why do I take a matrix for the axis? This is super goofy. Oh, probably so I could draw. I remember I was drawing axes on different entities. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. But this is going to be 0 and 0. And I can just inline this. Okay. Now it's going to go from the start position Y, and it's going to go to the end position X. I don't know if that's quite right. For it less than equal to, but it's not going to be equal to 1. It's going to be equal to, what's it going to be equal to? Negative start position Y. I'm going to increment from there. Same thing here. This one's going to be negative start position Z. Oh, whoops, X, I mean. And it'll go to start position, oh, sorry, end position X, and this will be end position Y. And this will go to end position Y. Okay, I'm sure this isn't right, but yeah, it's not drawing the grid at all. Okay, let me hide the axis for a second, try to work this out. So the render system, I'm passing in what I want the start and end for the world to be. So I'm going to start the Z at the negative start position Y, which is just Z in this case. And while it's less than the... Oh, yo, yeah, no worries. Welcome back. Yeah, I've not been streaming this last week very much just because I've been doing a remodel at home. Let me finish this up, and I remember you asking me you wanted to see some parts of the code, so if you give me like maybe 5-10 minutes to finish this, I can answer some of your questions. Let's see here. So The x-axis, I want to, I think I'm gonna pull out paint or Milton. Try that. So let me get red. Oh, that's not what I want. Small. I was trying to do a line. Okay, so I'm trying to draw the x-axis. So I need to go from. So like, let me assume that I'm trying to draw like -2 or something to 2. So if this is the center, RGB, this is like the world center right here. Do another color, yellow. Can I make it bigger? Yeah, like that. Boom. I can shrink it again. And so if that's 0, 0, and I'm trying to draw from -x to x, incrementing by z every time. So I'm incrementing z. I'm drawing from, I need to draw from start position x to end position x, incrementing by the z's. Keeping y's constant. Okay. There's no grid being drawn, so that's not right. Being drawn somewhere else? Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. Why does that make sense? Think about that for a sec. Keep this up here just so I can like think about it, but it's the x-axis lines, the z-axis lines. So I'm going from, oh, I don't necessarily need to say negative. I'm just going from start position to end position. So z, in this case, it would be like -16, and it goes until it reaches 16, which should draw 32 lines. That sounds right. Then just not draw this for a sec. Then I'm going to draw a line from the start position x at that z to the end position x at that z. This makes sense. Doesn't seem right though. Oh wait, there we go. I fixed it. Okay. Oh, that's going way too far. It's not going too far in that direction. Hold on a sec. What did I do? I have negative. Oh, I didn't divide by 2 here. There we go. There's the grid. Awesome. So now I'm going to do the same for the z lines. So I need to go from the start position x, and I'm not drawing from 0, I'm drawing from start position y, which is z, to end position z. Okay, that should draw both now. And they end at the right spots. Yep, that all looks good. Nice. And now I just want to draw the axis line. So if the z is 0, then if it's not 0, draw that. So if z does not equal 0, draw that x. So that won't draw the middle line because I'm going to draw axes there. Cool. That looks right. And now I'm going to draw the axis, but I want to scale it by the level world size. Probably going to have to divide that by 2 too. Yeah, because now that's going in the other direction. So, oh, you know what? I want to draw negative axes as well. So draw positive and then draw negative. Maybe I just like shade the colors a little bit. So let me do so this one's going to be negative, or not, or yeah, origin. Oh. Do I have a negate? Negate, I don't. Let me go to vec3. Vec3 negate. So take a vec3. One sec. Reload. Current file. Where's the reset current file? Just need to open up game. Whatever. Let me just check out Raylib. Vector 3 norm, or negate, but it would be in Ray math. Vector 3 negate. There we go. That's what it is. So we go to vector 3, turn vector 3 negate, back. Okay, cool. I like that. Could be a little bit lighter, but it's okay. You just try this color, make a lighter. Light blue is 128. Let's do 64. Well, that's going to be darker, I think, actually. Yeah, whoops. That will be darker. What's between 128 and 256? 192. I can make this much simpler. Oh yeah, whoops, I did not mean to edit that. That was the wrong one. So I go to lighter blue, this one. I'm gonna switch 128 for 192. There we go, let's try that. Okay, that looks a little better. I can kind of, nah, not really actually. Try one more time, 192. Let's do like 215. Oh, I'm not using the new ones. Okay, whoops. Put those back to 192. I'll do 192. Let me try 150. Okay, whatever. That's good enough. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm already spending too much time on this. Okay, so I've got the axes I need, which means now I just want to quickly redefine my levels that I have based around this center. I think these just draw rays, right? Oh, I think I know. It's because I'm not divided by 2. Draw axis. So I actually want to do level world size divided by 2. Let's try that. There we go. Cool. I want to throw some coordinates on here later. That'll help me like build levels too. Maybe even make this white. Yeah, it makes it a little easier to see. So I'm going to scoot this level up. And for now, I'm actually going to hide this entire environment because this is something I want to deal with later. So draw environment stuff. Okay. And now I take my level registry. I'm just going to scoot these levels up. So this guy is going to be maybe at -1, -1. This one will be at -1, 1. Just scoot it down by 1 each time. Got to do the same for these. And -1, -1. There we go. That looks better. Can even scoot them over, but this is fine. Yeah, that's too far down. So I'm going to do 1, -1, -1, 1, -1, 1. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of levels right now, so this won't take too long, but same for all these. Going by 2 on this one, so 0, -2, -2, -2. Let's see if that works. This one looks good. This one looks good. This one looks good. Last one. That one's a little bit too high, actually, so I think I just want to scooch everything down. This one will be 0, 1, -1, 0, -1, -1, 1, -1, 1, 1. This will be from -1 to 2. Ooh, let me check one more thing too. Just make sure that this didn't break any of the entity location checking. So I can't move that around. Okay, that's good. Cool, cool. All right, so now I've gone ahead and updated all my levels. So update levels to match new world center. Kyle, if you're still here, I can show you around or answer any of your questions now. Otherwise, I'm going to just start on updating the camera movement. So the way the panning works is I'm going to go ahead and allow you to click and drag, or should I just start with the keyboard? I don't really like the dragging just because it interacts with other stuff, but at the same time, it like feels natural. Could do both too. But yeah, just speak up if anyone wants to see anything specific about the code or how the game works. So I'm going to need to check if not selecting, what is it? Not moving a movable. And then let me just update first, and then I'll do that check after. Pan camera by clicking and holding left button and dragging. So you think about how I'm going to do this. Think I want to so if I click down, then move, then based on how many pixels I'm moving, I want to move the camera in the opposite direction that the cursor's moved. So first, let me just start with checking if the camera is moving. So let's see here. How am I going to do that? Maybe I might need some extra data on the camera. I don't think this has what I need. Nope. So throw Boolean moving. So for now, I'm just going to say that this means the camera is moving. Let me throw some debug UI just so I can see that I'm doing that correctly. So debug, draw debug UI. Cool, we can add camera. And then releasing, that's the other thing, is else camera moving is false. So that should release. Right now it's just, yeah, cool. But the other thing I need to do is that camera moving needs to check if it's not moving it's not currently moving a movable, or is not selecting. It's not hovering over selected. Hovering a selectable. Actually, I think just moving a movable is fine. If I do this, that should be okay. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Okay, so the camera moving. Now, oh, one sec. One sec, I'm getting a call. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had a urgent call. All right. Anyway, where was I? Check if not moving a movable entity, but the camera needs to be able to move. So the camera, I think I want to change this to panning. Sounds right. Do camera panning. Okay, anyway. So if the camera is panning, check if camera is panning. I need that other comment. Now I need to get the amount the mouse moved this frame. I think Raylib has a function for that. So let's see, get mouse move, get mouse what? Get mouse delta. Cool. Delta equals get mouse delta. So now I've got the mouse's delta position. So I need to update the camera's position by that amount. So I want to create a vec3 from this, vec3. So the camera is going to be moving only in the, let me think for a sec. So the camera's X, I think it's just going to be the mouse delta X. It's not going to be moving in the actual Y direction at all. And now I'm just going to take the mouse delta Y. So that just allows it to pan. So this is going to equal vec3 add mouse delta vec3, the current position. You can use camera 3D here. Just cut back a little bit on the length of this. Okay, that should update the camera position. Oh, just casting. That is a rotation. Oh, because I'm not actually updating the cameras. I also need to update the target by the same amount. So the target is also equal to vec3 add the camera 3D, or sorry, yeah, the target and the mouse delta vec3. So I should move the target as well. Whoa, okay, hold on. Need to scale this. Ooh, you know what? I think that's not gonna... Yeah, this is gonna be another problem. But let me get, see if we can get delta time out of this. Level state, do I have delta time and level state? No. Oh, yeah, I can just get it. Okay. This isn't going to be very nice, though. No, that's not it. I also do need to move this by negative. This still isn't going to be... No. That's a crazy amount. Let me do something real quick just to make sure that it's moving the right direction, and then I can... Fine. Oh wow, it's still way too fast. Let's do a couple orders of magnitude here. I'm gonna render the position. This is... Wait, am I already rendering the position? Camera what? What the heck is that? Camera stats. Hold on a sec, I can scoop that up. Be next to that. That is the position. Hmm. Let me think about this for a sec. Eraser. I can keep that. I'll just make a new one. Line red, green, blue. So now I've got the camera here. And it is looking at this target. So what I want to do is when I move the X in a certain direction, I want to pan based off of this one's line, its own RG, its own axis. Let me try something just small first and say, what if I just move the target and the position by like stop scaling this. Is it moving at all? I don't think so. It's like too small, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's actually moving. Is mouse delta doing what I'm expecting it to? Input mouse delta. Get the mouse delta between frames. Oh, wait a sec. I wonder if I'm chopping it off since I'm... Let me see what these values are. It's not logging. Do you see log levels? Input get mouse delta. I just print it to the screen. Oh, yeah, I'm not calling it. Okay, no, it's like whole numbers. Okay, that's fine. So that's a non-issue. It's interesting though that it's getting anything when my mouse is still. Oh, but yeah, well, of course, because I'm not actually doing anything with it. Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. That looks way better. Interestingly, okay, it's moving it in world space, which does actually make sense, but I need to move it in relative to the camera's position. Yeah, so I don't just add this straight up. So I've got the delta vec3 in world space, but now I need to make it relative to camera space. Camera delta vec3. How do I do that? I've got the camera's right axis. Camera right is going to equal camera 3D. What do I have here? I've got up, and I can get forward. Hold on a sec. I can do this. Camera up, vec3t, camera forward is going to equal the vec3 subtract the camera 3D target from the camera 3D position, and then I'm going to normalize that, vec3 normalize. And now I've got the camera forward, so to get the camera right, I need to take the cross product of that. Camera right equals vec3 cross. Do I have a cross product? Nope. vec3.h inline. Let's see, where do I have the dot product? Right here, inline func vec3t vec3 cross vec3ta vec3tb, and I'm going to return the vector3 cross product. Make sure, I think that's in Ray math. Vector3 cross product. Cool. Let's go back here. Cross product of A and B. I'm going to return that. Ah, man, I really want to see if I can fix the rescan workspace. Reset IntelliSense DB, rescan workspace. Open up game.h as well. Make sure it's got all the context, and then active file. Nope, that's not working. Damn, that's really annoying. Cross. So this is going to be camera up and camera forward. Let me think. Does that give me the right? Because this is a, what handed coordinate system is this? X Y Z right-handed, so yeah, I think I want up and forward, if I'm not mistaken. It should give me the right. Yeah, so now that I have the camera right vector, what I need to do is that the actual delta camera delta is equal to what? It's going to be camera right, vec3 add, camera right, and mouse delta vec3 x. Just want the x component, so now let's just do the camera delta for a sec. Camera delta. Nope, that's not right. Hold on. I'm not going to add the right. I'm going to scale the right. Vec3 scale. Now I can just do it straight by that. I want to go in the opposite direction. I think we got the wrong cross. Let me see what the cross of this is. Log debug. See if it makes sense. Right X, camera right Y, and camera right Z. So let's see, it's in the negative X, which seems right. Oh, get fucked. Bots. Hold on a sec. Kicking them. Look and do the Sorry about that. How do I delete these messages? Anyway. Spam bots suck. So what was I doing here? So yeah, I need to install some auto moderator, I think. That'll be after this stream. I'm actually, no joke, gonna write that down because it's just annoying. It's distracting too because it's like not even kind of relevant. Anyway. Oh, there we go. So it's moving in that the correct direction. These messages, do they make sense? So I've got a vector that's facing negative X, or X, wait. Oh, it is going the wrong direction. So the actual cross product, I mean, it ended up working out well here, but I still want to make sure I understand it correctly. So boom, boom, boom. Okay. I want camera forward. Camera up. Should give me right, which will currently be wrong. And now I want to invert that. So I want to move in the negative right. Vec3 negate. Or rather, I could just scale in the negative direction. That should work too. Cool. Okay, so I've got that working. So now I want to move the forward. So the forward is going to be kind of goofy. So I want the world up. Vec3 T camera world forward. Camera forward. It's going to equal the cross product of the camera right and Vec3 up. I think that should give me forward. Let me log that. So that is going in X, Z, that's this way. Dang it, I got it wrong again. I really need to study this stuff. Camera right. Okay. So now that I have the camera world forward, I also want to do what? I want to add these two vectors. So vec3 add camera right scaled and the camera forward scaled. So vec3 scale negative, or it'll be camera world forward and negative mouse delta vec3 Y. Why did that not work? Oh, Z. So, okay, that works. There we go. Yeah, okay, so a couple of things. I want selectables not to be able to select when the camera is moving. Cool, so I can pan the camera around. This is really nice. Wonder if... Yeah, that's fine. So camera panning is done, but there's a couple of bugs I just want to fix. So don't allow panning camera when dragging movable. Don't allow selecting a selectable when camera is panning. Okay, so let's start with this first one. Don't allow panning camera when dragging movable. So first off, I'm just going to commit what I have here. So I can show this bug off because it's not happening on this first level. It's going to happen not even on the second level. It'll happen on this level. So I select this and I'm trying to move it. And I don't want the camera to move while I'm moving a movable. So the way I do that is I'm going to need a new query here. So I've got the tiles query. Let me get a movable query. Movable query result. movable. Yep. And we'll make a new query. Whoop. Do that. Camera system query movable. I can just say like moving movable. Wow, it's goofy, but moving movable entity. So this is actually going to be an entity type. There should only be one. If there's any, then I want it to let's see here, camera system query moving movable, and that is going to be active with a component movable, and the entity movable is moving. This will be in movable, moving, movable entity. So now if the left mouse button's down and there is a entity moving, movable entity does not equal null, then we can set the panning. So now I see if that doesn't pan. I should fix that bug. So moving a movable, and the camera's still allowed to pan. Get rid of all this. Why is that allowed to happen? Why is the moving movable? Active, movable, and moving. Query the level. Camera system, query moving movable, moving movable entity. Oh, it's not equals null. If it's equal to null, so that allows me to move now. Ah, okay, wait, it's moving now. It doesn't count it as moving until I actually drag it, so... It's gonna be a little bit trickier than I thought. So I think what I need to do is, maybe not a moving movable is what I need. I think I need to camera system query selected. Let's do that. Component selectable and entity selectable is selected. So now this is going to be selected entity. So if the selected entity, right now this is going to fail because it's going to be like, I can move, and then the moment I have something selected, I can't move. Okay, that's fine. But what I really want to do is if the selected entity is null and is hovering selected, so to figure that out, selected entity equals null or not hovering selected. For now, this will allow moving at all times, including this. Okay. So now I need to do a ray check. So ray collision T, ray collision equals, nope, ray check collision bounding box. And I want to do a input get, let's see, camera array. I forget how to do this. It's been a while. Let me check the selectable system. Selection system, array, mouse ray, ray from screen. So I got mouse position, I've got camera 3D, and this requires a ray. So I've got the mouse ray and a bounding box, which would be the selectable. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Scooch all this in here. So select an entity. If selected entity equals null, then we can go ahead and just set the camera panning to true. Otherwise, camera can pan if it is not hovering selected. Selectable probably doesn't have a bounding box, right? How do I get the bounding box in the selection system? Bounding box. Entity get bounding box. Cool. Selected. What does it require? It needs a transform. So let me just make sure I add that here just for completeness sake. Transform, component transform. Okay, let's see if this works. So I can move unless it's not selected, but now, I can't move while hovering, but the moment I go outside, I can move. Is that weird? That's kind of weird. I think maybe instead of just mouse down, if I try mouse pressed, because I only care when it's camera panning. If input is mouse button released, mouse button left. That should be good. Okay, yep. So until I release, it's fine. But now if I select something, so now if I start to move this, I shouldn't be able to do anything. Cool, but then I can like click and drag around. Yeah, okay, I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. I think I'm gonna do one more little minor change, and it's just to set the actual initial camera state. Rather than being 0, 0, I just wanna maybe initialize it to 1, 1. So this is going to be, or actually a half and a half. Go by 5. And this will be target. Camera position offset is equal to that. And the camera position is going to equal the camera target and the camera position offset. That should allow it to still stay centered. Ooh, whoops, I forgot to add the Z. Okay, I think that looks a little better. Just because so many of my levels are going to be yeah, that looks better. Cool. Well, I accomplished what I wanted to today. Kyle, if you're still around, I'm happy to show you, do a little code tour if you want, if you're not busy. Otherwise, I might try to build a single level here. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, what would you like to see? Oh, nice. Did you want to see anything in the code base specifically, or just hanging out for now? I don't like these animation speeds here. Oh yeah, no worries, dude. You can do it another time. Okay. I think I'm going to try to do one other thing. Just make a level with 2 lasers with 2 different colors. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I can show you. So I have my main game. If you see, there's like 3 little kind of life cycle events. So there's like game start, game update, game shutdown. My main.c file just calls those. I have one giant global state called app. App has some metadata on it, debug information, window information, asset registry, which is like all of the assets in my game. For now, it's just models, but eventually it'll be like textures and sounds. Then I have the camera, which wraps the Raylib camera, but adds some more metadata like panning information right now. The level registry, which is all of the levels in the game. And then the level state, which is the current level in the game, as well as some metadata about that level. So that's like all of the global state in the entire game. And then while the game is running, they just have these like systems that loop over different things. I pass in explicitly what everything needs. There's not really much. I mean, even though there's like global state, like I'm passing in everything these systems actually need. So there's not very much actual global state outside of this. So it should be pretty straightforward as far as like what everything needs and what it uses. Render system's pretty busy, but I can show you like if I go to the camera system, it takes in the camera, the current level state, and like the debug state. So systems are basically just like loop over entities and process them. Most of the time they update them. But like in the case of the render system, it's not really updating anything. It's just like reading the state and drawing it to the screen. But then I have these queries, which queries basically they're just helpers for let's see how I can say this. Like they just loop over all the entities in the level, the current level, and then give you the result. So there's like two kinds of queries. There's like a single, like a find, and like a find all query and query all. And that'll give you the result of that query. And then you can loop over those specific things and do things with them. So for example, in this case, I'm looping over tiles, which actually I'm not using this anymore. So I think I can, I don't think I'm using that anymore. So I can get rid of that. I think that'll still work. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I was using that, but might as well clean it up. These are also static, so they don't need to be created every single time. They'll persist, even though I am querying every single time. Maybe in the future that would be like an optimization point, is to not query all the time. But for now, I figured do everything every frame, and then I'll optimize if I need to. My frame time is still pretty small, so it's not a big deal. An entity is just like a mega struct also. So the entity just contains all of these components which it can have. And these components are kind of assumed to be, whether or not they're on, there's like a corresponding component type, which is just it's a bit mask. So I've got potentially 64 of them, even though I'm not using that quite yet. If I go over that, I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit, but these are all the component flags that a component can have. So it can be active, it can be a part of the environment, transform, model, color, animation, selectable, rotatable, movable, tile, whether it's a laser emitter, a laser collider, a laser reflector, and so on. And so I can turn these components on and off just with these component flags. Anything that ends in flag doesn't necessarily have an associated piece of data with it. If it doesn't end in flag, then it should have a very, similarly named. So like component movable corresponds to the movable data. You can see here, what's in one of these, like laser emitter has some information, offset, whether it's firing and what its laser entity ID is. So most of the time just using like a subset of these things, and then I have just a bunch of helpers for like turning those on and off. Honestly, these are probably unnecessary. It's just nice to like find, but like any of these set things, just make sure to set the component flag in addition to setting the component value. Yeah. And then my levels are defined with a level registry. And I just made a bunch of macros for myself to be able to easily define levels. That's pretty much it. It's not much to it. I use Raylib as a foundation, so Raylib, Raymath. I think, do I have RayGUI? I do, but I'm not sure I'm actually using it right now. And then just for my own sake, just to keep like everything consistent, I I wrap all these Raylib functions. Part of it is just like OCD clean. And the other part is just because if I ever wanted to wrap these things, I can wrap them in my own types and stuff like that, and potentially, you know, replace parts of Raylib, but I'm not sure I would do that for this game. And I'm very file heavy, more than a lot of people. But since C doesn't have namespaces, I kind of like using files as namespaces. So you'll notice like I'm pretty consistent about anything, whatever a file is called is like the start of the function name. So the level file, any function that starts with level underscore is in the level file. If it's receiver system file, it's going to be receiver system underscore. So I kind of namespace all of my functions with the files, so it's very easy to know where anything is. And I've got components and stuff kind of separated, but yeah. But you don't need to do any of that. You know, I would say like if you're going to start using Raylib, just start with one of these examples. Like they even have, you know, if you wanted to make a first-person shooter, they got this little first-person demo here, compiled to web. This would be a good starting point even. And all the code for it's right here. It's just like, I don't even know, 40, 50 lines of code. You know, organization is like pretty easy when you're not trying to overthink about like where stuff goes. I don't need to, since I don't have objects, I don't need to think about like the state of the world and like what it means to have something be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't need to think about the object hierarchies and relationships and stuff. I just am like, oh, this has to do with the level. I'm just going to shove it in a level file. It's not too complicated. Let me see if I can define a level now that uses two different lasers. Do that. I'm going to do a teal and let me add a, hold on a sec, kind of almost need to draw this. So I want the blue emitter here and the blue receiver here. And I want the orange and the orange so that I have to bounce. I can have a mirror here, mirror here, mirror here. And this guy just needs a mirror here. So I'm gonna have this mirror start here though. So let's see, I'm gonna fill the tiles. I'm going to add an emitter at, let's see, it'll be 1, 1. Add another one. Oh no, that'll be -1, 1. Then I'm going to add another one at 0, -1. Wait a sec. It's 1, -1. This one will be at 1, 1. This will be at 0, -1, and this one will be at it's going to be orange, What's this one? This one is at 1 minus 1. Oh, wait. Yes, that's right. So this would be at actually minus 1, 1. That was correct. Laser emitter. This one's at minus 1, 0. Okay, I think this should be right. And let me game. Ooh, you know what? I probably can give myself like a little debug tool. Just let's see here. Just quickly go to the next level. No load. Let's see. I can't remember if that's what about the transition system level registry load. I think that's what I want. And the next level, so it's going to be app, level state, level ID plus 1. Okay, let's try that. Trying to give myself a little tool to like switch levels really easily. So why is this not working? Is key down, left shift, and is key pressed? Key equal. I'll just do key equal. I don't need to make it complicated. How about key N for next? Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, that just returns a level. Whoops. I need to actually do app. Okay, hold on a sec. Level registry, change level. That's, I think, what I want. Yeah, okay. Level registry, level active, next level. Okay, app, level state. Okay. So does not let me do it again. So I can cycle through these now. I don't know if I want to animate them. I think I just want to like load them fast. Let me do that. Oh, okay. That's weird. So if I do this, but I did it early and something was goofed. Huh. Oh, I need to reset the transition. So if I do that, then I also need to set level state. Hold on a sec. Transition and win condition. So let me define level state default. Hey. I'm pretty much done with what I wanted to do today, but I'm just kind of playing around with making a level with a blue and an orange laser. Let me just fix this and I can show you what I've done today, Anna. Level. What am I doing? Level default? Is there a level default? Nope. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna transition equals transition default. Nope. One second, I'll show you. Oh, okay, that lets me cycle through. So a couple things. It was some cleanup items. One is now I have all of the levels defined about the origin of the world. So the reason for that was I wanted to be able to set up my level so that I could draw, I can have like elements of the level be all around, and now I can pan around also so that I can move. I don't need to rotate. Let me reset that. But yeah, so if I have a piece of the level that's far out, I can move over to it. So I should be able to move anywhere now. And then I just gave myself a little tool to quickly cycle through levels. It's weird that this resets that one. It goes to a blank level null. Why is that? Oh. There we go. So now if I want to do previous, do -1, and if it is less than 0, then it's going to equal the app level registry levels count -1. There we go. Is the copper laser working? It should be. I just don't have any mirrors yet, and this guy needs to be rotated. So let me do this. I was going to work on this level right now, actually. So I should be able to jump straight to it. There we go. Now that I've got those tools, made it a little bit easier on myself. So I can set that up. Now I'll go to the level registry. And what I want to do is make this blue receiver, I think I want to rotate it that way. Yeah, don't worry. I don't actually have the thing at 10:30 anymore. I'm just going to wrap this up real quick and then I'll call it here. So let's see here. I don't like that these all look copper. It should have been more orange, but it could just be the way I'm like dimming them. So I want to rotate that emitter. I think it faces... which way will it face? I'm actually not sure. Top of my head. What I should be. So I'm making these. Wait a second. Receiver. I think it's going to face away now. Oh, wait a sec. I rotated the wrong one. So the emitter, I want to rotate minus 90, I believe. Okay. So that's correct. I want to stick a mirror here, here, and here. I want to stick another mirror here. So that means I want a mirror at... I want a mirror at 0, minus 1. No rotation. I want a mirror at 0, 0. I want a mirror at 1, 0. And then I want a mirror at 0, minus 1. Oh, wait a sec. I have two mirrors on top of each other. So I want one at 0, 1. Sorry. Yeah, there was 0, 1. Okay. There we go. Boom, look at that. And multiple color lasers work. So now I can do this. Should rotate a few of those though. They're all facing the exact same direction. That's okay. And now I haven't tested this yet, but I'm going to test right now. I should not be able to connect the orange to this teal. And sure enough, I can't. Yeah, I agree. I think this is the whole reason I did this, is so that now I can like spread out. And I think you're right. This is now when I need to start spreading out. I think it would just be easier though. One more thing I want to do before I really start building a lot more levels, especially more spread out, is I want to write what the like tile position is on each of these, because it's kind of hard to go like just count out spaces. So it'll be easier to build levels if I can like just know, oh, I need to put a mirror at this position, for example. So cool though, now I can just cycle through levels. All right, I'm gonna call it here though. This works. I need to... Thank you for the follow. Wordnesses. Try my best to pronounce that one. Should do the splitter or color change next. Yeah, well, before I do any of that, I need to deal with crossing the beams, because that's kind of a big part of this game, is being able to, I don't know if I can even do it here. Like this. Funny. This is an error. Like this would blow up. The idea is like the level will blow up and then reset. So if the beams cross at any point, they'll blow up and reset. And then one of the components I have is, so let's see, keep that up. And then one of the components I have is this dog. So if I go to there's my little dog. Yeah, so the dog, if the dog gets hit by the laser, then it will blow him up. Not blow him up, burn him. And then the level will fail. So a couple more things I still need to do before I can really start building levels, but I think I'm almost there. Handle crossing beams, game over. This was an idea, although I'm not sure if I want to do it yet. The gist is like only make things movable if they can, if there's a path to it. I'm not sure I want to do that. I think I might just kick that into the backlog. And then once I have things that are destroyable, like the dog, I actually don't need a separate destroyable. That's basically the dog. Then I can just start adding things and building levels. So I'm almost there. I think maybe a week, and then I can really start pouring things in. But pretty happy with it right now. Well, cool. Thank you everyone for being here. And yeah, I'm going to end it there. Till next time. See ya.